What is happening there, Reject Nation? Greg and John No Koi with us today. We were shooting this after Obi-Wan, about 2 in the morning. Yeah, funny story about Koi. So like a couple weeks ago, he's like, all right, so I have a trip I got to go on, but I booked a flight and I should be able to come back here, you know, like I should be landing around 11 p.m. So I'll be able to make it in time for Miss Marvel. Cool. Talked to Koi earlier. I was messaging him. He's like, sorry, phone died. I'm at the Black Phone premiere and at the after party. I'm like, oh, so you got back earlier to go to this? You sure you can still come? Yeah, I can be there. Don't worry. I will. 1:30. Oh, guys, I'm tired. I don't think I can make it. My body's giving up.
Hand for Koi. Round of applause.
Way to go, Koi.
He did his best.
Way to go.
He did his best.
Your priorities are out of order, Koi. Because I was like, if you can't make it, I totally, because I felt bad about the thought of him like flying in to come here. And then like, wait a minute, so you got here early and then you just went to a party?
That's right, man. Got to schmooze.
You had energy to go to a party, but not join us here.
Check out your homie's movie.
Alrighty. Well, here we are. And it's going to be better without him. You guys watch. We're going to kill it. Leave a like. Leave a like for Koi. Also, subscribe and click the notification bell to get notified when our reaction for the next Miss Marvel episode is up, which will have Koi in it.
Hey.
Full-length watch-alongs resync it with the time code available for our super sexy rejects over at our Patreon page. Cover a whole bunch of shows over there as well. Full-length watch-alongs reaction highlights for certain shows exclusive. And thank you to the prepper people for helping us edit at these really crazy hours of our lives. Anywho, let's get to it. And tweet Koi. Tweet Koi this section of the video. It'll make him feel good. It'll make me laugh.
Oh, snap.
Faria, Celine, I found it. I found the bangle.
Looks Kree-like.
Yeah, that blue hand.
Should we be concerned it's on a severed arm?
You heard what that man from the temple said.
He said we would need 2.
Mama's got a pest.
I told you. The British have probably looted this place twice over by now. Then one will have to do.
Oh ho.
There is even a chance this bangle can take us back home. We have to try.
Oh.
Oh, snap.
Did you see that?
No.
You go that way. I'll go check on the others.
Dun, dun, dun.
As for your great-grandmother Aisha, that was the last time we saw her.
Kind of looks like the 10 Rings logo beneath them in the temple there.
Aisha was from another dimension, and so are we.
Wow.
Golly.
You all look very good for being around in the 40s.
Thank you.
Okay. Not all of us. Kid's 17.
Okay, that's a relief.
Back on the table.
She is adorable.
I never said that. Not that I don't think that. I'm trying to.
This is so awkward for you.
Ah.
The least we can do is protect Aisha's family. We didn't even know she had any until you put on that bangle and we sensed the presence of Noor.
Noor? That means light, right? Noor girl? No, that's not it.
There's Noor within us as well.
I tried to figure out the title.
But we can't access its full potential in this dimension. But maybe because you're from here, you can.
The bridge.
It was Aisha's wish to bring us all home. And now you must finish what she started.
So where exactly is your home? And also, what are you? Like, respectfully.
So many questions.
We've been called Ajnabi, Majnun, Unseen. The list goes on. But what we're most commonly known as is Jinn.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, did you just say Jinn? Also, they need my help, which means I need your help.
I guess, why not? I don't really know how I can help a group of ghosts and their average-looking son.
You're good at math. Do you know anything about interdimensional travel off the top of your head?
Oh, of course.
Specifically that of the Nord dimension. That's N-O-O.
Actually, no, that reminds me of a paper I read. I think it's by Dr. Excel.
Thor connections.
You're trending.
What?
What?
Oh, yeah.
We received a report of an unidentified enhanced individual operating out of this mosque.
Pursuant to U.S. Criminal Code, law enforcement officers are not permitted to enter a private space without a signed warrant.
You studied the criminal code in homeroom.
Law and order reruns, but I'm not wrong.
Nice.
It's a very serious matter. It is in your best interest to cooperate.
Serious because your person of interest is enhanced, or because she was spotted at a mosque, ma'am.
Next time, remove your shoes.
I'm gonna wear extra shoes next time.
What's wrong, Squishy?
That's what I call John.
Damage control? An armed government agency came into the mosque today.
What?
They stormed right in thinking that we had something on her. Like we need another target on our backs. And she doesn't even seem to notice him. She does notice, she doesn't care.
Damn.
Oh, wow. That's a very real conversation.
Yeah.
Completely ruined our election result meeting. Where I, a board member, became a board member.
Show excitement.
Wait, did you just say you won? Maybe? Dude.
Bro.
Oh, squishy.
Board member. Oh.
Bruno came by earlier. He said he couldn't get out of his shift, but he has left this box for you.
It's my heart.
Just a letter that says Kamran can suck it.
Just a drawing of Kamran looking like an idiot.
I appreciate that they're going down this very real way.
Totally.
Especially Muslim girl in New Jersey.
Thought it would be cool to have a superhero who actually fights for us. I don't know, maybe she's just making things worse.
I doubt that boy from the minaret would agree.
So how does she convince everyone that she's good?
Good is not a thing you are, Kamala. It is a thing you do.
I know you're Miss Marvel.
And I'm not going to tell anyone.
But I will give you words of wisdom along the way.
Inspired by Batman.
Cool.
Yeah, buddy. Bruno with that nice paint job.
It's just something for cultural studies class.
The djinn?
Yeah.
Let me have a look.
No, I'm good.
Please, come on.
You might learn something.
The jinn have had many names across time and cultures. Some call them genies, others demons. Legend tells of a group of hidden jinn.
Clandestine.
And damned to live out their days trapped in our own.
Ooh.
They move in shadows.
Oh no.
Searching for the key that will help them get home. But to unlock such an ancient barrier will require a primordial power.
Mr. Khan has a great voice.
He is.
And these guys sound a lot more like we can't trust them.
Yep.
All of these theoretical problems downplay the margin of error. And if you need the energy of the sun, think about how big the margin of error must be.
That's a great point.
Try again, this time like you have a social life. Maybe this is something I need to do. Something good.
I got into Caltech.
Oh.
Goddamn.
Carol Danvers went away. She'd punch a hole in space and time and she'd help them now.
And Carol Danvers would be reckless. Maybe it's not such a bad thing that you're not her.
Even the white men in the show don't like Carol Danvers.
No one likes Carol Danvers.
Marvel.
Bad influence on you, Kamala.
Have you ever felt like you're up against the world? Like you wanted something so bad and then it actually happened, but in reality, it's just not as great as you imagined it.
It's life, kid.
I found my family, and I let them love me. Whatever mountain you're facing, you don't have to do it alone.
Oh.
Cheer up, cheer up. Come on. You know why? Aamir is getting married. Yeah. Huh?
I should have a kid. Make the kid love me.
Make the kid love me.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. Withhold love until the kid gives in.
$732.
What's that?
All the money I have in my checking account. $732.
Oh, God. You're about to get married?
A man has one fundamental choice in life: to live a life in fear or love.
Yes, I agree with that.
Love chooses passion. He chooses faith, courage.
I agree. I love this.
You are brave, my son, because you have chosen family. And the man who chooses family is never alone.
That's why I gotta have a kid. Make it love me. Never alone.
New project.
Do you accept Amir Khan as your husband?
I do.
Do you accept Amir Khan as your husband?
I do.
Do you accept the $739?
And 49 cents.
Do you accept Aisha Hillman as your wife?
I do.
Mabruk alaikum. You are now husband and wife.
I like that. He went more sincere the more I do's.
Yeah, it makes you really think of the question.
Apparently it might be dangerous.
Of course it's dangerous. Why wouldn't it be?
You knew. And you still asked Kamala to do it anyway?
This place will never be our home. We're going to make her help us. I'm not asking anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Good.
I never suspected my mom would be this aggressive.
Looks like the auntie got a hold of Bruno.
Yeah. That's why Bruno comes to these things.
Oh my God. Yes.
Woohoo. Oh, he's got the Hulk shirt on.
Way to go, Bruno.
Get in there, bud.
Everyone here is so much better than Kingo.
He should show up right now. Just to...
Brown
Jovi!
Diwali and bar mitzvahs and sweet 16s and quinceañeras.
Yes.
Brown Jovi does it all. Okay, everyone, let's slow it down.
No, don't ruin the wedding, guys.
Don't ruin Brown Jovi.
Oh, come on. No, Kamran, you're gonna interrupt this great moment.
You're not safe. None of you are safe.
What?
They'll kill everyone. You have to get out of here.
Come on, my whole family's here right now.
I know, I tried to call you.
Oh shit.
This
Oh,
is
intense.
my.
Is this intense?
Oh, no.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Isn't that too easy?
He all sticks to the classics, right? Oh. Let's get everyone out of here.
Everyone just starts Bollywood dancing again.
We can make a beat out of this.
Come on. Go. Yep. There's a fire. You need to go.
Yeah.
Brown Jovi!
Brown Jovi!
We almost have the back hallways clear.
Oh, wow! No!
Whoa, holy crap. He martial arted the crap out of him.
Get out of here right now!
Oh!
Absolutely not.
Oh my God.
Jeez!
Wow!
Ah! Dang! Woo-hoo-hoo!
Damn, I got nipple chills.
I know, this is such a punchy fight. yank the sleeve off.
Got so used to the show. I was like, oh yeah, there's action.
That's right, superhero shit.
Kamala pulled the alarm. Saw with my own eyes.
What are you talking about? You can't see anything. You know the DMV revoked her driver's license.
They did? That's a fact.
How'd you do that?
Editing.
I think the music, like the original music in this episode, is stellar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, red lighting. You know it's badass fighting.
Clever.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Kamran, get in the fight. Learn to stand up against your mother.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Dang. Oh. Oh, dang.
Damn.
That belt, dude. Ooh.
How did you do that?
Oh.
Please tell me.
Bruno, my dude. Ow.
Poor Bruno.
No.
Yes.
Now smack them all. Yeah.
Awesome.
Backhand.
Leave him alone.
Ooh. What you got, Kamran?
Damn, look at that sex appeal.
Way to stand up for Brian.
Get Brian out of here.
I swear he gets my name wrong on purpose.
It's okay, Brian.
Get Brian out of here.
You're safe now. Whoa.
Why are you doing this? You said you would protect me.
What if her mom comes in?
God. Oh.
Holy moly.
Inception. Whoa.
Way to go, Department of Damage Control.
Knew we could
You are
count on
controlling
you.
the damage.
There's still damage, but that's just under control.
So you guys didn't see Kamala matching the identity of that superhero you were looking for?
I don't see a resemblance.
Oh my gosh, you just saw it.
What was that?
I'm really sorry.
Oh no, don't turn on her.
They're after you.
Just wait.
No, no,
Just wait.
no,
Just
no,
wait.
no.
Wait.
Just Nakia will take care of me.
Wait, no.
Just go.
You dropped this.
I'm gonna explain everything later, I swear.
What just happened? I'll explain it, okay?
Are you okay?
No, I'm not.
Supervillain origins.
Jesus.
You should have told me. I will kill you now.
Kept this from me
Revenge.
for days, hours.
Who were those people you were with? They were arrested.
Can you tell us what exactly happened?
You might need to be honest, man.
Choose family.
Just be honest with us.
Give it a shot.
I can't.
Teenagers.
Crazy hormones.
MTV.
Vaping. TikTok.
Hi, Nani.
Hello, Kamala.
Can I call you later?
You need to come to Karachi.
Ah, great.
Did you see the train, beta?
Oh.
How did you know about that?
Because I saw it too, which is why you have to come. You have to come to Karachi.
Oh, damn.
Dang, dude.
That was great.
That was terrific.
That was a great episode.
God, man.
It kind of dialed back some of those, like, you know, Scott Pilgrim inspired visuals.
Yeah.
But they replaced it with a lot of, like, mystery and tension.
Yeah. Well, I thought, this one did nicely to, like, really hone in on just the cultural aspects at hand, and then really dialing up the intensity due to that proximity to such, familial and warm ceremony.
And I thought they had a really great balance with going back and forth between, superheroes, supernatural stuff, moving that forward, and then the actual, just the families, the wedding, the culture, like you said. Life lessons, I thought this was a really great balanced episode of it all. And then I thought it culminated quite natural too. And now we got an established villain.
That's right. Yeah. Them Jinn.
I thought we were talking about Nani.
Oh yeah. Nakia's gonna use all the power of the board to take Kamala down.
I said Nani.
Nani is the villain. Gotcha.
Don't be racist, John.
Sorry. They're all the same to me.
Nani, Nakia?
Nani, Nakia, the dad, the mom.
I can't tell them apart.
All the brown people. They're just a bunch of the same character. They're like the clones in Star Wars.
All right. Well, no Koi here, so we have nothing to say.
Yep, nothing.
See you guys.
No insights. Koi, what did you think? Oh, that's right. There's no Koi.
No, this whole
what are we
channel's been
gonna
dependent on
do?
him this whole time.
How are we going to talk about this?
Never, ever will we succeed.
Who's in the show? What's the characters called?
It's
Dr. Marvelous.
Miss Muslim?
Miss Maisel. it's the Miss Maisel. Miss Muslim Maisel. Yeah.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I thought this was an excellent episode overall because, yes, of everything we just briefly touched on the credits of, cutting between, the cultures and the superhero qualities. The beginning part was, other than, we got to get some fun exposition out of the way. Let's explain who the clandestines are. It had me fooled. I didn't expect something malevolent peeking around the corner, even though I'm like, I should have picked up on that from the opening scene, all the mom's warnings, kind of the presence of the second episode of the reveal of her too. All the signs were indicating that, and it wasn't until the scene in the Circle Q with Bruno when I started realizing, oh wait, they might be actually some bad folk. But what I liked about how they executed them at the wedding scene was they did seem truly threatening. They seemed like an actual intimidating presence, and I thought they might have, PG'd it up, children it down a little bit, make it more kid friendly. Well, it wasn't bloody or something of that nature, and it wasn't brutal. It still had an impact, and it still felt like these are violent people and they will kill anyone in their way. They at least evoked that emotion while watching this episode, and especially in that moment. And I thought the action was cooler than it has been prior to that point, and it was actually intense, and the action served the plot. It wasn't just, we need an action scene, so throw it in here. It actually propelled the plot forward and was significant, and it also allowed for characters to rise to certain occasions and for them to develop a little bit more, with Kamala rising to the occasion of she keeps running throughout that fight, occasionally smacking people away, but the whole point, she just keeps running away. But eventually, when Bruno's in danger, she steps up and just kicks some ass, showing that she's a superhero. She's protecting. Bruno stepping in, Kamran stepping in. Some of that development of Kamran's a little weird. It's a little bit
it
was a little we're shifting fast with him all of a sudden.
It's one thing. It's not the point, but yeah, I could have maybe used a scene or two if we are going to have that be truly impactful. I would like to see the struggle within him, that kind of leads him to, I just feel there's a whole side quest off screen happening where he's like, God, what do I do? My family, but Kamala. But yeah, I think they've gotten they get really good mileage out of quality filmmaking to me, because you were talking about the action and everything, and they do feel super threatening, and they mix, I think, really well, regardless of how people feel about the change and the origin of her power. I think they mix really well the use of just hand-to-hand combat or slightly more upscaled combat with, outlandish weapons, and then using the super powered parts in between there. And I think that allows for like a tempering where there's like enough intensity that it actually feels intense, but there's enough of that whimsy to bring it down, and you don't have to PG-13 it in such an obvious way because you're not even really thinking about the blood because of how kinetic but also focused the camera work is, so you can really see what's happening, but it's also moving fast enough that you get the impact of everything.
Well, also because they're showing these guys stepping in and just flat out hurting it, just hurting people.
Just wantonly hurting people, yeah.
We're like, you don't need to hurt them.
Yeah, like
you don't need to punch that guy. Like, what are you doing?
You don't need to cause destruction here if all you want to do is get home.
Yeah.
You know?
So there is that impact because of that, because you see the innocent people who are in danger. So evacuating them from the wedding does seem essential. That Kamran thing did need some fleshing out, though. I really think so, because it's just like, you hit him with my mother. Oh,
goodness.
And then, oh, yeah. And
You went behind my back and texted her.
And there's just one scene where he's like, Mom?
How could you, Mother? I'm going to tell her at once.
Yeah,
I don't know why he's a dandy in my mind.
I must save Kamala.
I must save Kamala. She's in danger, see?
It played a little goofy in a way that didn't seem flattering to the show, if that makes sense.
Well, hammy.
Sometimes that little cheese can be charming, and to me it was, oh, okay, here we are.
Yeah.
we have shifted gears. And yeah, I mean, the performer of, oh my God, it's another name with an N. There's like 3 characters with N names. Namja?
Kamran's mom?
Yeah.
Yes. It's either Namja or Najma. I'm not sure where the J goes.
Yeah, I mean, I like the performance of her a lot because she had me fooled when she was sweet, and then she's scary when she's threatening. Yeah.
I could have used, it's not a gripe, but if I had to start thinking of gripes, I would say, I could have used maybe a little more of just living in that place where you do trust them. Because, if we could have maybe even reached the end of this episode and not really known until that fight breaks out or something, I think that could have been cool, because it was one instance where I was like, dang, this could go either way. Maybe they're just misunderstood. I'm becoming Mark Wahlberg, like maybe these guys, I can see how they might be, not as benevolent as they appear, but maybe it's, the MCU's getting better at making villains or antagonists really who are very understandable and who have reasonable motivations, but that just are at odds with whatever the case is on Earth 616.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. But at the same time, I'm like, no, I was kind of the dummy sitting here, fool.
No, I was too, though.
I was like, there's no villains in the show.
No, it got me partway through because I was sitting there and I literally had that thought of, I don't know the way they could just, end up being fine, and I don't know what's going to happen next.
Well, I thought with the villainous, I thought the threat was not necessarily I thought the threat they were building up was the DODC.
Yeah.
Because I like what they're implementing here. It was a path I didn't expect it to go down, because 6 months ago I decided not to be racist. So my mind doesn't even ponder anymore.
Oh, man.
Of what, possible prejudiced routes people can go.
I'll get there someday.
Yeah. It wasn't a healthy place to live, John. 6 months ago when I said, I think I need to stop this. It might get me in trouble one day.
To give up my racism habit.
And now that I've given up my racism habit, I'm a much healthier person, I think. It's that simple, guys.
You look a lot
Just
brighter.
choose not to segregate individuals based off of race, appearance.
Don't discriminate based on things
what do you
people
know?
have no control over.
It's pretty easy to kind of just decide not to do it.
Don't
What do
be
you
a
know?
dick about facts of life,
As long as you just don't judge people on the way they're born. Wow, that simple? Oh my God.
Crazy.
Yeah, well, to go down the path of like, oh, you got these government people, white folks kicking the goddamn doors and going to mosques and shit.
See, now you're being racist again.
Am I?
White people, that's all we do is we just kick down doors and be intolerant. Justice for government agencies.
You're right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
It's okay.
I didn't mean that.
I'm here to stand up for
I'm sorry.
my
all lives matter.
all of them, especially all the white ones that aren't getting enough attention anymore.
Yeah, being overshadowed. Where's Coy?
This review is dangerously woke right now. We need Coy to get us back to comics.
Coy, who's not woke at all.
No.
Anti-woke Coy. We need him here. So, yeah, we the path they went down to think always one joke about deciding not to be racist on a 2-minute rant. The path they were going down with, you know, of like, oh my God, there's like a terrorist slant to it, you know, and because it's taking place in New Jersey, which is like right across the street from New York City, and I respected them for going down that route, because that is a real struggle that people in the Muslim community have had to really deal with, especially since, you know, post 9/11, of just being judged off of that appearance alone. So them dealing, I liked what the struggle was that Kamala was having. And I would be curious to talk to people who I know that are Muslim and who are, you know, Indian or Pakistani. I would like to be able to talk to them, because, and then put them on camera and then point to them and go, that's my friend. See, I'm not racist, because 6 months ago I decided I needed a friend from each race.
And I'm only going to show you off when it relates directly to a show
I
like
need to
this.
make myself look better. You know? So,
hype up the show. Yeah.
No. I don't know why this became the bit.
It's the most anti-woke review.
What were we actually
we were talking about how they bring up the concern of how Kamala's affecting the community.
Because it's not just, you know, looking at the DODC and seeing how they're being really like chauvinistic and you know, kicking the goddamn door in and just like walking all over the place. I appreciated getting the conversation going between Nakia and also the head of the mosque, or the current head of the mosque too, and seeing different perspectives on it, while Kamala's caught in the center of, I wanted someone who represented us, but now by doing this actually creating harm for the community and the reputation, when there's so much about not getting involved in any forms of something that, because like anything that she does can be likened to violence when that's not the intention.
Yeah, easily misinterpreted.
Yeah, it was like criminal activity.
Yeah.
And so, you know, the purposes of the DODC getting involved, I think, make it that much more effective. But I also appreciate the gray that they pointed out here, because the DODC is often portrayed in the MCU and even to a certain extent in comics, because they're not like terrible people, the DODC, you know? But
they're like a lighter version of the boys' attitude in a way, without having to wipe everything out. Sort of like, oh, we got to hardline these things. We got to make sure that the order is kept.
They really, they're just, you know, the law enforcement that kind of feels like it kind of gets in the way and gets annoyed at Soups and shit. But they at the end of this episode, I thought it was neat that they actually saved the day to be like, the DODC does good things sometimes.
Yeah, if they hadn't been here, this might have gotten more out of hand. Yeah,
because I was watching it going, how are they going to get out of the situation?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good point. And I mean, I feel like they've done really nicely in this show, especially to draw like really well-proportioned renditions of all these different faculties of the story they have at their disposal, like the DODC. It's like, okay, that's where they are in their development now, is they can contain certain advanced threats like this.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know, like they're so good in this show at doing multiple things at once and not making it seem like it, or not garishly pointing to things to make sure that you know about whatever fan service thing. Like they're really good at putting a human story on top of a growing, you know, universe of implications about heroes and powers, and now they're also filtering that through, you know, we've, not to again go too woke, but like we have a lot of white heroes who just get to have their hero journey and don't really have to think about like, well, what am I doing for my actual community of people who still has a hard time, you know, being accepted into the greater culture of where we all live. You know, like it's great at doing those things and feeling so natural about it without ever like pointing and going, see. And so, yeah, it's like I'm curious to see how they'll ultimately meld all that into what the clandestines are doing,
right?
And if they have an ultimate point, because like I love the ground level stuff and seeing her family and seeing their concerns and seeing like even the stuff between her and Nakia I thought was really well tempered too, about how she still doesn't know, and Kamala's a little distracted but not in a way that's too obvious. And yeah, like all that stuff has so much like rich, lifey, you know, it's relevant, but again, in not a garish way. And I want to see how that affects the ultimate outcome of both where the DODC ends up as a force of vague, like they're antagonistic at times given their whole raison d'etre, and then you have, you know, the clandestines, who I wonder how kind of understandable and what kind of metaphor they could stand in for by the end of this, because it was, I guess, when it comes to their turn, some of that stuff is about the only thing in this episode that feels a little quick, and so I hope they can join some of the other quality MCU villain antagonist, you know, characters in that gallery of ones who have really understandable motivations and you know, are well drawn characters as well, because I think that would just tie this whole thing together with a bow, you know.
Yeah, I hope the writing does get better on them. At the same time, I also don't think the show's particularly interested in, you know, being all like, she's gonna be in like the Marvels, and so that's when they'll get all like crazy. But they've been laying like I really think that was Kree related. The bangle at the beginning,
it's gotta
look like a Kree hand. And then, you know, with being in the Marvels and shit, it's gonna be cool, but I also don't want the show to go that big.
Yeah, no,
like
totally.
When this kicked off with like interdimensional shit, I'm like, I just like, no. What's been working about this is how really grounded this is, and how there's just so much life and conversation and relationships that by the time you got to the wedding, I was like, oh damn, a lot of the action moments, while not the craziest action in any of these Marvel shows, the action is really feeling intense because we've just spent so much time getting to know these characters and the relationships and the dynamics of it all, that you do feel the tension from them. So I'm like, that makes the action so much more rewarding, because they haven't been in a rush to get to action whatsoever out of almost 3 hours of television.
Well, and so much of this episode is about coping with the action from the end of the last episode,
which was not much.
Yeah. But they make a lot out of the emotional response to it, which I think is really clever.
Yeah, and I think, oh my god, I'm blanking on her name. What's Kamala Khan's actress name? Do you know it?
Iman Vellani.
Iman Vellani.
I'm putting my chips on that.
I thought what she did here, again, she's just so superb as an actor. It's brilliant. I say actor because about 4 months ago I decided not to be sexist.
Oh, good.
And I think,
dang,
I think
every couple months, man.
I believe every and all women prefer to not be distinguished between actor and actress.
Sure.
I think it's kind of a hive mind thought they have.
Act person.
I learned this on my path to not being sexist, that they have a hive mind.
They do. That's how their periods get synced.
So they can control when they do it.
Why
do they cause me so much stress, John?
Yep. That's the whole fun of it, man. If you could do that, you would too.
Anyway, her
anti-sexist.
Her performance here, and we were talking about adult actresses too. I want to just really clarify the conversation that we were not talking about teen actors at that moment. When John brought up that biological situation. Anyway, why'd you make things awkward, John?
That's what I'm here for. We are so far down that hole now, we're peeking out the other side.
Her performance here, I feel like the route that a lot of people would tend to go is kind of a more expressive anxiety situation where they might be a little bit more frantic in their behavior. What I really liked was how, you know, she was so lost in thought most of the time, and it was kind of weighing her down internally.
A little dazed.
Yeah, I thought that was, I don't know if that was like her choice or if that was just the director's choice or in the writing. Either way, it's a good choice and well played. You know, like when Nakia tells her, like, I'm on the board, and it takes her a moment to realize it, and how she responds, I thought felt so real. The way she wasn't like, What?
What?
Wow! Like you know, she like the transition into saying those following lines was so real, and even dealing with like Bruno, revealing that he got accepted into Caltech, and how she handled her reactions there, and just watching how it weighs down on her, just felt like this feels more real than someone who's like overacting the panic.
Yeah.
You know, and I really just, she is so good. She is so good. And I really hope that people recognize that, because she brings so much layers.
Oh, yeah.
And if there's, like, she hasn't been coined. And I really like the build up to what do we call her?
Yeah.
Like, it's called Miss Marvel, but I really like the build up of, you know, establishing what Noon is and you know,
Noor.
What?
Noor.
What about Manure?
Manure. I hate manure.
The Time Traveler's
The
wife.
Time Traveler's wife. Dude, best
I know my movies.
Starring Tom Wilkins.
I said Noon, didn't I?
Noon.
I'm realizing now why you're correcting me.
That's all good.
Noor.
I mean, it looks, you know, you just extend the little R and there you go.
Noor.
When I first
learned the word light,
I realized I'm not playing Miss Marvel.
Inside impression.
It's topical. It's topical.
We got this, guys.
We're so close.
We're usually just in a rush before Coy's about to cut us off.
Yeah. Yeah, before we hold our breath and Coy just goes,
we're just like, I know Coy wants to say a lot.
Oh, my dude.
Sorry, Coy. Your
miss
reasoning
ya.
for not being here cracks me up, so it's just a roast session for you, man.
We're going to have a black phone off screen just
It's
to
just funny.
summon. It's going to be the Coy phone.
I did give him the pass, though, to be like, yeah, if you can't come, it's totally cool. But I thought it would be because...
this is your fault.
I thought it would be because he was off of a flight.
Yeah, I know. Not because I charged up and I went out which I get it. You know, you got ties. I understand. But at the same time, I'm like, it sounds like you had a full party night.
Yeah. And then a half hour before
You,
you're supposed to
got
show
to the
up, you're like,
airport.
can't do it.
Gotta get to this party, man. A few drinks in. Oh, no. I forgot what parties are and how they work fundamentally.
It's so funny. So funny. Anyway.
It brings a smile to my face.
Oh.
I imagine Coy hung over in bed right now.
Jackass. Coy, you jackass.
Just call him in the morning and pretend there's a new Thor trailer. Just have him show up here and then you decide to bail.
I should be like, it's going to drop in an hour. I got early access to it.
Could you drive over? Oh, so sorry, dude. The file got corrupted just before you got here. I don't know what
I'm
happened.
sorry, man. And apparently they're not going to upload it.
Yeah, apparently they're scrapping this whole trailer because the movie comes out in a week. Or 2 weeks, whatever.
But yeah, this was a really good episode. Everyone did an excellent job, and yeah,
Dude.
sure. You guys leave your theories
Great
down below on
directing, great
clandestines
acting.
and all that crap.
Dad is great. Everyone's great. Hulk shirt came back.
It was
So
a lot of information at the beginning, though.
It was. I'm excited to go to Karachi because I'm hoping for more. Like, it was really cool to be, and especially on the heels of Moon Knight, I was like, oh, well timed, because you're in sort of a mystical, but also, you know, culturally very distinct place. And I hope for more of that in a more breathable way. Yeah. Instead of like, whoa. You know,
I wonder if
we're
they
getting a whole-
actually film it in Karachi.
That would be cool, and I wouldn't. It seems like something they could do for a project like this.
You'd hope, with all these actual people in the show. That would be pretty cool.
That would probably be a movie. If,
I
like,
got Ethan Hawke to go over the.
That's
to
right,
Egypt,
man. He
so
went to
maybe we can
Egypt.
get a bunch of these actors over.
What's Oscar Isaac again? He's like Ecuadorian and something, or I don't know.
Well,
got him over to Egypt.
Moon Knight's
though.
Jewish, though.
Moon Knight's Jewish. That's fair. Oscar Isaac's probably. He's got some Jewish.
Well, I appreciate that they really embrace the Pakistani culture, though. I think that's a really admirable decision too.
Because it really does feel like you're watching like one of those teen coming of age movies about another culture. Like, in a way, there's a little Bend It Like Beckham almost in here for me, not that that's the best touchstone, but something where it's like, oh yeah, it's just about kind of coming of age and fitting in a place that doesn't actively welcome you.
Yeah, like Superbad.
Like Superbad, dude.
Yeah, this is like Superbad.
Or like Seth and Evan.
Or Drillbit Taylor.
Drillbit Taylor, yeah.
So I get all the right references for what you're talking
Project
about.
X.
Project X. Yeah. 1000%, man. 10 Things I Hate About You.
Totally, dude.
It's all in here.
Mike and Dave need wedding dates.
I don't know.
Ingrid Goes West.
Yeah, I guess that's accurate. Anyway, all right, guys. Well, let us know all your crazy theories. The last thing we talked about is MCU connections. Whatever.
Well, I mean, this show doesn't seem too intent on that.
Interested in
yeah. Which, hey, I mean, not to slight fun MCU tie-ins, but I will take this show that's like super invested in its characters and in telling like a really fluid, stylistic story. I will take that absolutely 100 times over.
Yeah. Because honestly, I slightly missed it the first time I heard it about the interdimensional beings. Like, oh, that's right, they're interdimensional beings. Yeah. It just kind of seems like humans that have been here forever.
Yeah. No, there's going to be, if they're going to do some mumbo-jumbo where there's the interdimensional magic and djinns, but then there's also Kree something, we can kind of inch toward Terrigenesis, even if
well, I want them to do a little bit more of, like, see what the MCU's versions of djinns are like, because so much of the time djinns and other mediums are like spooky genies.
Yeah, man.
Like, this ain't Aladdin's genie. This is some scary
Supernatural's
shit.
genie. Yeah, totally. No, I'm rooting for him to like if they do go more supernatural, I want to see it based on it's like they were reading off the Urdu on the information that Bruno had in that great scene with the dad and like stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, if you're gonna dive into big over the top and mystical and effects and interdimensional, do it through that lens. And I think that'll be
true
enriching.
All right. Well, here we are.
We're at the end, my friend.
This is the end.
That's the October list.
All right, cool.
You want the June?
We're gonna
shout out people who pledged last year.
Yeah, because
just in
they're
case
the ones
you're
we
still
like.
Here. Ooh.
Anyway, guys, thanks for being here. Catch us next week. Now that Obi-Wan's not over, people are really like, I should probably watch this Ms. Marvel show.
Yeah, maybe the numbers will pick up.
Yeah. There's 100K views is peasant views.
Hey, I just want this to do well on Disney Plus. That's it. I keep seeing the angry mob of people being like, it's failing because people hate women and anybody who's not white. I don't know. I never know how to read how these shows are doing anymore because those headlines go out and I'm like, is no one watching this?
Maybe because a lot of people might watch the
Obi-Wan.
exciting.
They're watching the freaking Star Wars event.
Yeah, where Darth Vader's back. Yeah. Anyway. I mean, just compete with Obi-Wan and still get like almost 800,000 viewers. It's fucking impressive.
That is absolutely. I'm happy to hear that.
It's still impressive. So even like know the context, people.
Yeah.
Assholes. Racist. Just patron of the day shout out.
Rosa Para. Rosa, you kind of remind me of like a really cool version of the mom in this show, because even though the mom is protective, even though she's always looking out for Kamala, and even though when Kamala's like, I can't tell you stuff, you got that disappointment face, you know that her character is of the utmost sterling gold standard, and that's you, Rosa. You are so sophisticated.
True.
You have such wonderful taste. You are a giver and a carer and a nurturer and a critical thinker.
Amen.
And I am frequently inspired. I'm always so happy when I see your posts pop up, see you active out there in the ether, talking and dissecting and breaking things down. It's an inspiration, and that's the real you don't need a bangle for that magic, okay? That's all you, Rosa. So
she doesn't need a bangle. She's a banger.
You're a Bangladesh, Bangalore, Maine.
You're a bagel.
You're a bagel. Sucked into a bagel.
Yes. Time Traveler's Wife.
Yeah, dude, it's the best movie. And it's inspired a lot of others.
Yeah,
Let me tell you,
man.
Rosa, get on that review. Time Traveler's Wife.
Definitely seen that movie.
What do you think of it?